Hello, I'm Tabitha Nixon, and I'm wondering, have you ever considered which way a tornado rotates, clockwise or counterclockwise? I'll be answering that for you a little later. For safety reasons, I'll be proving tornado myths inaccurate through tornado facts. It's important for you to know the difference between the two for your safety. I will be discussing the safety of knowing several different tornado myths and the facts that prove them to be, well, a myth. Let's get started with safety. A couple of these I was unsure about, and I'm sure some of them you may not know the difference either. It's important for us to know the difference because if we're still believing in a myth, that could potentially cost us our lives. Before I get into the different myths and the facts that prove them inaccurate, let me define those for you. I looked at webstersdictionary.net and got some rather lengthy, kind of confusing definitions that I have broken down in an understandable summary for you. So basically, myths were initiated by facts. The ones I'm using today are no longer verifiable due to the current research and studies that have been done since then, providing better accurate information that we use today as facts because they're true and realistic, making the myths that are now outdated to be considered historical false facts. So you can see how these are a little confusing. Myths are outdated facts, more or less, and facts are current and what we use to rely on today. So with that said, let's get into some myths. This first one is one of the ones I was struggling with. Is it safe to take cover under an overpass? Have you ever heard this one? Tornadoes are visible as they approach. This next one is another one I struggled with. Opening windows reduces pressure and protects buildings. That one was from National Geographic. Those first two I had mentioned were from AccuWeather. This next one is a collaboration of several different myths that I took out of Ready, Wisconsin, which is part of the Wisconsin Emergency Management Team. And it's got two different thought processes. The first one is the landscaping around me protects me from tornadoes. And people think that way because of the big bodies of water they live around, the mountainous area they live in and around, or the big cities they live in with the big skyscrapers. The other concept is the landscaping around me attracts tornadoes, making it unsafe. And these people feel that way because they live in flat areas like the Great Plains or even trailer parks. Now that we've covered some of the myths, let's get into the facts that prove them inaccurate. Winds actually increase under overpasses to the point of having the strength of being able to pull out vehicles, not to mention the speed of the debris flying around under there. It would be better if you took cover in a ditch. You can see the effects of the wind, but you cannot see the actual wind itself. Therefore, if there's a rotation that hasn't had a chance to pick up soil or dirt or sand or any kind of debris, you're not going to be able to see it. And that invisible rotation can still do plenty of damage. Again, these two are taken from AccuWeather. Opening a window does not change the pressure difference enough either way. Plus, the damage that would be done to the building is most commonly done by the wind itself or the debris flying around and smashing into it. Again, that was taken out of National Geographic. Tornadoes tend to initiate in the sky where there is no landscaping to prevent them from forming. And even the tornadoes that initiate closer to the ground have been documented to form over big bodies of water and cross Mississippi River. They've also been documented in Yellowstone and Nevada mountains to reach levels of 10,000 to 14,000 feet. Tornadoes are taller, stronger, and bigger than any big city skyscraper. And the only reason why trailer parks seem like they get hit so often is because of the extensive damage done simply due to the fact that they're not structurally sound, unlike the housing neighborhood right next to them. And again, that was taken out of Ready, Wisconsin. For safety reasons, I have proved tornado myths to be inaccurate through tornado facts. I have discussed the safety of knowing the different tornado myths and the facts that prove them to be myths. But I bet you're still wondering about the rotation circulation of tornadoes. It's both. It depends on the weather pattern. In the northern hemisphere, they tend to circulate counterclockwise, whereas in the southern hemisphere, they tend to rotate clockwise. And that's taken from News 9 right here in Oklahoma City. So just a fun fact I thought I'd close with. Thank you.